Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 10th. This week, we are just going to jump right in here, Leo. You have this Bearing Fruit card and this Awakening Genius card. Love it. I love both of these cards, really, but the Bearing Fruit card is a very abundant card of like more abundance coming in for you. I feel like there's still this tricky energy around you, which has been coming up for the past few weeks. So again, if you're dealing with a tricky person or a tricky situation, what I would say is that the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. So it kind of says, don't just feel like you have to attack the situation head on. And, be smart about how you react to a situation, if you are dealing with a tricky situation. This could be a liar that you're dealing with. Doesn't even have to be in love. This could be in business or work. And again, this has been like a warning for you for the past couple weeks. So it's definitely something, I wouldn't be paranoid about it, but it's definitely something that I would just pay attention to. Again, I believe we create our own reality. I don't even like talking about things along these lines, like people being weird and stuff, but at the same time, it's showing up in the reading, so I want to make you aware of it, but I also want you to don't be paranoid. Make sure that you're just your solution is simple. Put up boundaries and trust your intuition. You probably, if this is a person, you probably have a weird feeling about the situation anyway in the first place. So don't ignore it. Every time I've ignored my intuition on a person, I ignore it. I always tell a story about Steve. I used to work with this guy, Steve, who ended up stealing thousands of dollars of merchandise from this aquarium that I worked at. And everybody loved this guy. Everybody thought, oh, Steve's the greatest guy on earth. Like, how come you don't like him? How could you say that he isn't the best thing since sliced bread? I don't know. I didn't trust him. I didn't trust the guy. Eventually, after working with him for a while, I kind of warmed up to him and all this other stuff. But again, then a couple months later, he steals a bunch of merchandise. What do you know? Who was right? Me. I was right. So, again, if you have a weird feeling about a person, don't ignore those feelings. Don't ignore the warning signs and things like that. It's definitely popping into my head with this Seven of Swords, so pay attention. But I also feel that the Seven of Swords is, again, a card of tactics. It is a golden card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. So he is stealing the swords from an army in the background so that they can't be used against them in battle. And I feel you need to be tactical at this time. I'm pretty sure this comes up for you every single reading. It basically says don't go straight towards something if you're like wanting to start a business. Is there a more tactical way to do it? Is there a smarter way to do things with your business? Is there a different way you can approach it? Can you do it with no money? Or can you start your business with other people's money or something like that? So you're going to have to put your thinking cap on. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing. Definitely a lot of happiness coming in for you. So I feel like there is a lot of joy and happiness. I also feel, you have two aces. So there's a very passionate new beginning coming in for you here. Or there could just be a lot of passions in general entering into your life. These could be passion-based projects, passion-based relationships, whatever you want to call it. So, this looks pretty good to me here, Leo. You have the Six of Pentacles. Again, make sure you're giving to the right things, not the wrong things. See this right here? This guy, he has this right here. It's almost like he has something in his back pocket. So I would be careful of ulterior motives. Make sure the people that you're dealing with in all areas of life, make sure that they, again, don't have something in their back pocket. Make sure that everybody in a situation understands what they're getting out of the situation, right? If you have a business, I would spell it out on paper. Maybe you're hiring a person or something like that. Again, I would make it very clear the expectations. Same thing with a relationship as well. It's like I don't think we should have expectations in relationships, but we all have certain expectations in relationships. We all want something from the relationship. There's something we want, right? So make sure to spell it out up front. Like, these are the things I desire in a relationship. If you can't provide those things, then I'm leaving. But guess what? They are also going to have expectations. And if you can't provide what their expectations are, then you also need to leave. You also need to not get into the relationship. We spend way too much time dealing with things that we can't have, basically. We spend way too much time. What do you want? You want the person, like 900 out of, I would say 99% of people want what they can't have, right? We all want what we can't have. I want to marry Kate Beckinsale. It's never going to happen, right? So it's like we all want what we can't have. But what I would say here is that, again, I think that there might be some things here where it's like, I don't know where I was going with this, but, as far as love is concerned, I feel like for some of you, it's like, make sure that you're just not, trying to make something fit, make sure you're not trying to make something that it isn't, right? I don't know where this is going. Let's see. Before I keep running my mouth, right? With the Seven of Swords, here you go. You have two sevens here, three sevens really, but two sevens here. Two sevens is internal fears that don't exist. So I definitely feel that it is time for you to let go of your fears. I would also say that the Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction as well. On top of that, again, in a relationship or if you're meeting a person, I don't know, I feel like someone needs to hear this. If you can't provide someone with their expectations, whatever they are, that's fine. You don't need to get into the situation. Again, we don't have to be in a relationship. I feel like someone needs to hear this. And also, it's like, again, I think sometimes we settle. We get into a relationship where we know we can't provide something that the other person wants. And again, it's not saying there's anything wrong with you or anything like that, but again, they want something. And if you can't provide it, you shouldn't waste their time either. So I think everybody needs to be more adult in relationships. And, I'm kind of getting that here. And that might only be for a couple of you. With the Ace of Cups, here you go. You have the Four of Cups. Look at this Four of Cups. 3 cups pouring into 1 cup. This is from the White Sage Tarot, and this is my favorite Four of Cups because it's total fulfillment, and you can see those 3 cups pouring into 1. You have the Ace of Cups, which is total fulfillment. So again, I do feel that there could be, if you feel like you're settling for a person, don't settle. If you feel like they would be settling for you, same thing. It's like, don't try to force something to fit when there's something that exists that's nearly perfect. Now, I don't think there's such thing as a perfect relationship. That's not the point of relationships. Relationships are meant to make us grow. So, if things are perfect, then there is no growth, period. And, you should be getting with someone who kind of forces you to grow in the first place, but in a good way. And, again, I feel like there's just a much better situation coming in for you. And, that's what I'd be looking for. With the Six of Pentacles, here you go. King of Swords. Could be an air sign, for sure. Definitely could be someone who's more mature, older. It doesn't have to be. I always say the King of Swords can just be a very mature person. And again, gender doesn't matter either. It could be whatever gender you're interested in. I also feel like you need to stop discounting your knowledge here, Leo, is what I would say. I feel like I said this to you recently as well. I almost get this feeling that some of you, I feel that you could be almost putting people on pedestals, especially for those of you that have a business. I would say in a business, I don't have a good example. I feel like you need to make sure that you're number one. It's like someone's got to lead the ship. Someone's got to be the captain of the boat, right? It's like, I watched this documentary a while ago. I can't remember what it was called. I'll try to find it if I can find it, but it was a long time ago, so I don't know. But it was about these businesses that exist where it was about these businesses existing where there really was no leader and everything was split 50-50. Almost every single one of those businesses has failed. Why? Because there's like no leadership. And again, it's not about not being fair or anything like that, but I don't know. It's funny that popped into my head. I can't remember what documentary that's going to drive me crazy, but anyway, it's, again, they had some good ideas, in this documentary about like paying people fairly and all this other stuff, but at the same time, there was no guidance in a lot of these businesses. So again, if you have a business or if you're the boss at work, I feel like don't be afraid to be the boss. Don't be afraid to, lead the ship, right, towards success. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, I release negative thoughts about myself and my life. Yes, great time to do that. You have this card that says, when I flow with my energy, I flow with the energy of life. I feel like you're being guided at this time in certain directions, and that's what this flow is talking about. I feel like you need to trust the flow. You have the Six of Swords, which isn't always easy. This is coming up in your next row of the unexpected. The Six of Swords, I don't want to skip too far ahead here, but the Six of Swords, this woman and the child in the boat, they have nothing but the clothing on their back, and it kind of represents the fact that they are releasing everything behind them and they are completely starting from scratch. I'm not saying that you're starting from scratch here, but your first card is the Ace of Wands, which is out with the old, in with the new. This castle right here is crumbling, and the Ace of Wands is just inspiration. It's an inspiring idea. It's following your inspiration, following your flow, following those feelings of being excited by a new direction. So if you're feeling that you want to make some sort of change, if you want to move, if you want to travel, if you want to start a new business, and it feels like inspired, then those are the directions I'd move in here with this energy. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands says the only thing you need to do is commit. When you know that you're going to be successful, you will be successful. So the Seven of Wands is all about commitment and, kind of making that belief deep down inside of yourself that that something is going to be successful. It's kind of hard to describe how to do it. I think you just have to do it, just that simple. You just have to know that you know. When you get to that place, I feel like you will be more successful. You have the Eight of Swords, and Eight of Swords is about seeing other ways of doing things. Every single reading I do for you literally since day one. You can go, since I've had this channel for almost 10 years, whatever, go to my channel, sort videos by oldest. I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure, I used to read playing cards when I started this channel, and you always used to get the Eight of Spades, and I always used to say to you, Leo, that you have to start looking towards something new or new ideas. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things. With the Wheel of Fortune, with the Ace of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Changing your luck, again, some sort of new direction is going to change your luck for the better, I feel. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Two of Cups. There is something about love here. I wouldn't say this is like a love-dominated reading, but I do feel there is clearly a connection here. I feel it could be a very good connection. I feel it's different as well. There's something different about it. You know, Two of Cups, these two people on the Two of Cups are meant to look very different because they come from two different worlds. So you could be attracting someone who's different than your usual type. Yes, with the Eight of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have all these aces, 3 aces, which is, 1, 2, 3, which is amazing. I also feel there could be an opportunity. It's almost as if there's an opportunity that takes you in a totally new direction in your life. If you have like a new job opportunity or business opportunity, let's say you work in one industry, it's almost as if I feel like I've said this to you before. You could be taking your skills to like a new industry, something totally different, and that's what I mean. That's what I always see for you. It's like I don't really have a good example. Maybe you like sell cars or something like that, and then you end up selling candy bars or something like that. It's like you're taking your sales skills and bringing it to something else, but it could be something else. Again, I just see for a lot of you, I feel there could be an opportunity for you to work in an industry that's new, that's different, and if you get one of those opportunities, I would take it. Same thing in business. Again, you might be taking your business in a new direction, but I feel like it's exactly what you need to do. Next, you have this Soul Family. It says, call your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. You have this card that says, share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Yeah, I feel like you need to express yourself. I feel you have been persecuted, or you feel like you have been persecuted over the past several years. I also feel like you feel that you haven't been getting what you deserve as far as recognition is concerned. I do feel some sort of change in your recognition, although it's kind of funny because I have a feeling that as we move over the summer, through this summer into the fall, that there could be a lot more cards for you that come up. Remember this reading, because I have a feeling that there are going to be more cards that come up that represent recognition as we move through the summer, like Empress, Star, Six of Wands, things like that. Because, again, I feel it is your time. It's like your time to shine here, Leo. You have the Six of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the High Priestess. Again, you could be completely moving on from one thing and kind of getting to calmer shores. Some sort of improvement coming in for you here as well. So I really see a lot of improvements and kind of big benefits coming in for you with the Six of Swords. You have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a card of recovery. Every single person this week has had some sort of recovery card. So it seems to me like we could just be in a period of recovery, or we should be taking some time to recover. There's a person right here in the stained glass window who's receiving blessings from another person. So sometimes when we recover, we actually receive blessings, and that's what could be happening for you. You have the High Priestess, which says trust your intuition, of course. So I do feel that it is a very intuitive time. I always say that I feel like Leo is very, very intuitive, and you need to trust those messages that you're getting. Again, if you have a Steve in your life, you need to kick Steve to the curb, because I feel that your intuition is correct on a situation. It might also be a situation. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it doesn't feel right. Maybe there's something weird going on, a little bit of shadiness or something. I feel this is saying, leave. Don't stick around. With the Six of Swords, you have the Justice card. Yeah, you're moving towards your heart. See, things are becoming lighter. There is the heart and the feather on this Justice card. So things are becoming lighter. I feel your heart is becoming lighter because you're entering into a more heart-based time. We are entering into a more heart-based time. And right here, you could just be following your heart. Where was it? There was something here. Oh, yeah, this card right here. When I flow with my energy, I flow with the energy of life. So, I feel for a lot of you, you're flowing or moving more towards things that are heart-based. With the Four of Swords, you have the Four of Wands, marriage. Some of you could be getting married. I feel this will be very fulfilling for you, obviously. You go down to the Nine of Cups. Even this way, you could be feeling stuck in love, but there could be a new opportunity that's coming in for you, and it leads to marriage or a soulmate. So, if you're looking for love, I wouldn't say it's a major focus here, but it's showing up. With the High Priestess, you have the Moon here. Yeah, I feel like you need to trust your intuition big time. I also feel it's a very mysterious time. I think the secret is that no one knows what they're doing. I think that sometimes people think that, Elon Musk knew what he was doing when he started, PayPal in the first place. Doubt it. He had no freaking clue what he was doing. I think you need to realize that no person who's successful they didn't know what they were doing. They just did it. And so the Moon, sometimes I feel that we can be looking for safety, security, comfort, protection with the Moon, but we aren't going to find it. And we just have to keep pushing forward towards our goal, wish, or dream no matter what. Even if we're confused, even if we don't have the answers, it doesn't really matter. We just have to keep pushing forward. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. There you go. You have this inner earth that says you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Yes, you definitely big new solutions and new beginnings coming in for you here. I feel like there's a lot of fulfillment coming in for you as well. So, I love the direction of this reading. I feel like it's going in a really, really good direction just in general. You have the Two of Cups, the Death card, and the Nine of Cups. The Two of Cups could be a soulmate coming in for you if you don't already have love. So definitely could be something. I kind of feel like it's something divinely guided. Two of Cups is card of communication as well. So it could be something that starts as communication. This could be genius. You have this awakening genius card and this bearing fruit card. So it could be a very genius connection. Maybe the two of you, maybe the two of your heads together is like a 5-head or something. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. You have this Death card. Death card is a transformation. So I feel there could be a transformation coming in for you. I also feel that something needs to die. This king right here is dead. And I always say on the Death card, the king being dead represents the fact that, even kings die. Meaning that even, in life, even things that you think are established eventually go away. It's just a fact of life, right? So I feel for a lot of you that there could be establishments, things that are established leaving your life. I talk about this all the time because I personally believe we're in a time where establishments are dying. People keep calling me a conspiracy theorist, even though, again, I don't watch the news, but it's like all these banks collapsing. There's going to be more, mark my word. So it's like you can keep your head buried in your ass all day long, but it's like the facts are the facts, people. It's like this isn't a conspiracy. It's happening. So I don't know. If you want to keep ignoring reality, go for it. But what I would say here is, again, we're going to see more of this. And, in our personal lives, there could be things that have been established for a long time. Could be anything. Could be a belief, could be an idea, business, whatever. But it's leading to, something new. It's leading to something better, much more fulfilling. So, don't be afraid of the release. Although, again, this is coming up in the good stuff. So I kind of feel like there's something good coming in for you here. But let's see here, Leo, what's going on for you with the Two of Cups. You have the World. Yep, definitely could be a very solid connection coming in for you. The World is also a card of travel, so it could involve travel. The World is also a card of completion. So I do feel some of you could be kind of, completing some different things in your life. And it does seem to me like this reading is talking about wrapping up cycles as well. With the Death card, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is about putting up boundaries, but really in the area of the good stuff. I feel like the Nine of Wands is saying that you haven't given up on something that you, like a change that you want to create in your life. And because you haven't given up, you are creating this change. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Seven of Wands. Again, Seven of Wands says, when you know that you know, right here, the Seven of Wands with the Nine of Cups. When you know that something is for you, then it is for you. So I feel like you just need to believe things deep down inside, and they will happen, whatever these things are. We are pulling 5 main themes now, and we are going to see what is going on for you. You have this Death card. It says, pay attention to your work. Yes, it is a time of work. Again, I also feel there could be increase in work coming in for you. You have this Man card. It says, dealings or relationships with a man. You have this Handshake. It says, a meeting with a stranger could be important. So there could be a man that you're meeting that is important. It could be any gender. It's a general reading. Take it how it resonates. You have this Throne card. It says position of authority. Again, there could be a king dying, not literally, although it could be literally. But what I would say is there could be, maybe your boss gets fired. And this is like saying, go get that position. Maybe a manager leaves. Go get that position. Again, I feel there could be a position of authority with that Throne card. Here you go. You have this Lion card. It's like, this card says time to act. And, I feel like you need to be ready to take the throne. That's just how life works. Like, people always love to tell me, like, whenever I say, go get that management position, people are like, oh, you're getting a job based off of someone else's loss. I'm like, if you don't do it, someone else is, number one. And that's how life works. Again, I hate to tell you, but life isn't rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns, right? It's like people will squash your ass in a second. So, again, I think there's no honor in being like a little rabbit, and that's part of my problem with the spiritual community in general. Not everybody, obviously, but I'm just saying it's like a lot of the spiritual teachings are just like, oh, be a little rabbit, eat grass, and don't hurt anyone. But it's like I'm telling you right now, if someone would try to hurt me, stab them right in the throat, right? So that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person you should be, because guess what? If you're not that type of person, you're a lion. You're meant to be a lion, and if you're not that type of person, then you're gonna get walked all over, right? So again, there's no honor in it. Trust me. You have this box card. It says you will receive a gift. Yes, I feel like there's a gift coming in for you, and that's the other thing as well. It's like if a management position opens up, then maybe it's for you. It's a gift from the universe, so take it. But this could also be some other type of gift as well. But this looks pretty good, so thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.